shaking the palms, right?
No.
Yeah.
Woo, woo.
Hey,
All right.
everybody.
Libby's getting us all connected. Welcome, everyone, to our eBay Open Prep Live with the one and only my Liz, a.k.a. Liz O'Kane from Colorado.
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
I'm bringing the energy to the already extremely energetic show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to match your energy today.
We don't kick back and relax here. We like to keep it just going, man. Going. So
I gotta be real today, though. It is Friday, and I'm like faking it till I make it because I'm ready to take a nap after this. Like, yeah.
That's my plan.
Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa's in the house. You guys, as you come in, let us know you're here in the comments so we can say hi, all that good stuff. So we brought Liz on because what is next week? It's eBay Open.
Woo-hoo. Yes.
Woo-hoo. And there we go. So we participate and we hear people back and forth on participating, and we think everybody should participate. And so we thought, who better to bring on here to talk about eBay Open? But one of the queens of eBay Open, Liz.
Somehow they just keep inviting me back. I don't know if it's not my jokes.
It's the podcast voice that you have. It's such a good voice that we just want to hear you talk.
Okay, I'll get a little serious and I'll do my serious podcast talk.
No.
Which really is just our conversation talk, right?
Right.
It's just our conversation talk. That's exactly what it is. But I have been very grateful that I have been invited back and that eBay includes me in these things. I'm like, I joke all the time. My husband's like, oh, your 15 minutes is up. I'm like, yep. They're like, you want 15 more? I'm like, well, I'll take whatever you give me, right? Learn, I get to learn, and then I get to share.
That's awesome.
That's what I love about it.
You are so good at sharing. And anybody who watches this, if you are not following Colorado Reworn, I almost said it wrong.
No, cool.
If you're not following her, you need to, because she is phenomenal about sharing information, educational information about eBay and what's going on. And I love your sharing of your items that you sold. I think that is phenomenal. Our link lady, Samantha, just put her link of Instagram up in the comments so you can find her. I'm going to go ahead and assume you're already watching her, but if not, get your game together. So I want to talk first, Liz. So last year, has it been 2 years ago when we went to New York, Libby?
2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 2 years ago, we were all excited because we got to see my Liz on the video.
Oh,
There we are, New York City.
That was 2 years ago.
2022. Yep.
Crazy.
That was technically the BS time before Samantha.
That was before Samantha. That was BS. Total BS. So let's start by talking about, I want to talk about your trips to eBay. I want you to kind of talk about, like, we follow your pictures, we see all the fun. Like, it looks like they just pull out the red carpet for their sellers that they bring in.
They do. So it's just a really amazing process. Like I said, I'm so lucky and grateful that I am invited to do this. They fly us out to do the recordings for eBay Open. It's not live, right? So I think we've all caught on by now that it's not the seller recorded sessions, right?
Right.
But what they also do, since we're there and we're filming, they have different eBay teams come in and talk to us. So, the shipping will come in and talk to us for an hour. And they're like, one of the things that I've gathered year over year is the very first thing out of their mouths when they start, they're like, hey, we want to tell you about some things, but we want to talk to you. We want to hear from you. We know things, we always hear when things are working right because we don't hear from you, but we want to know, what are your pain points? What could we be doing better? And this is the same with seller experience, with, just really all the departments. My brain is like just checked out on like all the different departments that we talked to.
Right.
But it's
Hold on,
really
do you
like
want me to look at my pins and tell you?
Yes, please. Payments, Seller Hub, ads, marketing, all the things that we talk about. So year over year, we get to give feedback. They get to ask us what we think about different things, like, hey, we're thinking about doing A, B, and C. Would that benefit you? How would it be a pain point for you? So they figured since we're here and we're filming for Open, that they're going to have these teams talk to us. And what I've learned from them is also that this eBay staff get, from what they say, they're like, oh, we get so much more out of this than you do. And I will say they do listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I have learned that just because I mention something and it's a great idea and they think it's a great idea, doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Right. It's not all going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
It may be another 2 years before you see it. But I agree, Liz, when we were in New York for the 2 years ago, everybody we met there from eBay really, I mean, we had somebody come back to us to talk. Wait, can we talk a little bit more about this? They really do want to hear. They're not blowing smoke. They want to hear from the sellers. And I think what you said is so important for all of us to remember with any platform we use. Yes, we're using them day in and day out, and we do have pain points, but you can't expect your ideas to get integrated ASAP. Even if they're listening, there is a process, and we know from working with Thrifty's app, there's a priority list, and some things take priority over your amazing idea. So,
there is.
And they're very open to it. Which is kind of ridiculous, but understandable, I guess. Yeah.
Right. So like 2 years ago, I told them, I was like, hey, we have item specifics let's start with fashion. Let's just go ahead and let me be able to put all my measurements in and you guys create a chart and you put a graphic up. Right.
Right.
So they're like, great idea. It's never going to come to fruition. If it does, it'll be 5 years down the road. And by then we'll have new technology. Right. Like,
right.
Wait, did you just say we needed to add more item specifics? Was that your idea, Liz?
Yes. Take away the crap that doesn't matter, but add the stuff optional that could help.
Yeah. It could help. Yes.
Right.
I mean, if I'm already taking measurements in the body, why aren't I just putting them in item specifics and an automatic graphic pops up? I've already got the information there. But anyways, there's a lot of ideas that so many great sellers. So normally about 25 people come out every year. And really it's literally from 7 a.m. till about 10 p.m. because it's all day. Wow. And then we go to dinner with a different team. And literally like one night I sat there for almost 3 hours and we talked nothing but products. It's like, what do you think about this? Can I show you this? What do you think about this? How would you use that? Can we call you later? What do you think about this? And it's like, literally, I got home and I was exhausted.
I was about to say, did you fall flat on your face? Because
yes, I think all of us did. But it's, it's just an opportunity that I can't even, I mean, I'm so grateful for it, but it's just so hard to explain. And what I try and do is I try and be a voice, like collectively what I hear about in our communities, in the consignment chats community, in my Instagram community, in different Facebook communities. When I hear the pain points, I'm like, I've heard a lot of time. It may not affect me. Like there may be problems that affect Libby, or there may be problems that affect somebody on Instagram that I'm like, wow, I've heard that echoed a lot. It hasn't happened to me, but I should bring it up. Like, hey, what's the deal with it?
Oh, look at I knew I
thank
loved
you
Liz.
for representing out there at eBay.
It's all about me. No,
but let me tell you, and it's not. I don't go in and be like, oh, it's all butterflies and rainbows and eBay's great. I was like, I love eBay, but why'd you do this?
Right, and that's what they want.
That was a horrible idea. That was a horrible idea. So they took away the tiered sale price. I don't know if you guys remember that, or if anybody used it. I did. So when you go to start a markdown sale, it's 10% off, 20% off. It used to be you could add an additional tier. So I'd do like 50% off, 40% off, 20% off, and it's all in one sale. They took that away. Oh, and I got to talk to the product manager that did that. And I was like, that was a horrible idea. And let me tell you why. I was like, he's like, I hear you. I hear you. I was like, so we need to change that. He's like, okay. I was like, but is it going to get done? I don't know. They clearly have a reason for it, but I'm still in the case that I will definitely air my grievances.
right? They're so open to hearing that stuff, though. I mean, when we went to Boss last year, they literally had a big chart with the sticky notes, and it was like what's working well, what's not, what, and people kept putting all the like, oh, we love eBay, oh, eBay's so great, and they were literally like, no, guys, come over here and tell us what you hate. We want to know what isn't working, what we can fix. Like, tell us. Be brutal. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
really,
think
just
as
what are our
like
pain points?
entrepreneurs, we definitely understand that, right? Because I mean, I just love when somebody gives me like a critique or some feedback, because how else are you going to improve?
Right.
Right.
You know, if nobody
Right.
says anything, you might not realize.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still love eBay. It's my top performing platform, right? Like,
Right.
I still love eBay.
Exactly.
I would just like other things, like collectively we can make eBay better. And I know that
Absolutely.
they listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've seen it firsthand that they listen. And I just do want to, I know we're going to get into open, but we'll talk about it too, is everybody that attends eBay Open will have a chance to do that the last day of open during networking session. So when we get to that, let's not forget that everybody's
Right.
voice can be heard there.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, eBay
All right.
Open. Let's break it down. So they used to meet in person, and times and other mishaps in our country changed that, and it became virtual. And I know I heard a lot of chatter. People were wanting it to go back to the in person. There was a lot of chatter, maybe even again this year, but I know the last couple of years, when are we going to go back to in person? And I got to tell you, I like the virtual, and I like it because I feel like it's so much more inclusive of
Mhm.
all level resellers. If you're just starting
Oh, yeah.
out, it's hard to put money out and fly to Vegas for eBay Open, right?
Yes.
But if you're home and can do it virtually,
Mhm.
what's the beauty about their virtual, Liz?
It reaches everybody and it costs $0. There's other
Zero.
platforms that charge you. There are other platforms that charge you to do their virtual events.
Mhm.
P to the H. PK. But
It's
eBay's not going
fine.
to
You
charge you.
can
They want
say
this
it.
information to get out there, right? No, I do. I sell on Poshmark too, and I do enjoy Poshmark. I do.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, why are they charging people to do a virtual event? Independent conferences, I understand,
You understand.
but not
Yes.
company conferences.
Correct.
But this is the great thing. This reaches everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got internet. If you're an eBay seller, you have internet.
Right.
Right.
You can log in for free and get what you need out of it. I miss the in-person events. Oh, we were just chatting right before, and I think like the last year that I went to eBay Open in person, time of my life, I'd do it again. But let's face it, at the end of the day, I was out of pocket $2,000 at
Yeah.
the like when it's all said and done, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
So this is nice because it's all inclusive. Yeah, I love it. So I don't mind the format. So let's break that down.
Yeah.
Let's talk about and everybody chime in things we love about eBay Open. What kind of, I mean, we've done it. We've done the open parties, going to the parties, which I'm going for the first time, y'all, to a local event. I'm so excited to meet other local resellers that I don't know in this area. But somebody put together a local event, and thank you, Libby, for seeing that and making me aware so I could get myself on the list, because apparently now there's a wait list. So I'm glad I got on it and didn't miss out. But
Yeah, so it's not too late. I think some of them are still open. So
Yes.
we'll put
sharing the link
Samantha will
right
put a link in the chat there. If there's a kickoff party near you, just hosted by a lot of them are just local sellers, and yeah, check it out and get there if you
Yeah.
can.
Liz, are you hosting one this year?
I am not. We have a seller, Sherry Smith, that has been involved in eBay since for a long time. She runs the Boulder. Yes, Sherry's amazing. She runs our Boulder meetup. And so I just told her, I was like, Sherry, I'm yours. You tell me what you need. I will assist you. Because it would be a little much to have two in the same, like within an hour of each other.
Yeah,
so we
that's
just
true.
decided to do a mega one, right? And there are more this year. eBay did an outreach. There are so many more meetups, kickoff parties this year in person, led by sellers, than any other year prior.
I
Yeah.
am scrolling through the list right now, and it is crazy. They're all over the place.
Mhm.
I'm
Yes.
guessing that there's going to be a lot of positive feedback from this, doing that like this year. You know, it's
Yes.
kind of the best of all worlds. Like we were saying, you don't have to travel. You can go to an event and get the face-to-face and meet local resellers and still be able to do this all virtually from the comfort of your home.
Yes. And eBay has really, so all of these sellers that are volunteering to put these on, eBay has given a lot of support in the way of expect fun swag, expect maybe a photo booth to where you can capture the moments, more swag, games, and possibly some eBay employees might show up at the events too.
I was just going to say
some-
that there's going to be some fun seller speakers at some of them, and then some eBay employees. Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And sponsor employees at some of them. I know like List Perfectly is sending people to a few of them, and yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
one near me is being sponsored by 6-Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of the sponsors will likely be involved. Like you said, they're all have volunteered. If you're listening and you don't know if there's going to be a kickoff party in your area, just go to ebay.com/open. And the second tab is kickoff parties. Just click on that and you'll see if there's one in your area.
And I highly recommend going. I just highly recommend doing it.
It's a couple hours of hanging out.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think you're going to come out of it not just with awesome swag and possibly a few cute pics, but relationships that you're going to build
Yes.
in your area for better support in your community. And who doesn't love to learn from other resellers? Come on, man.
Oh,
That's
I
like
never go to a meet. I never regret going to a meetup. Like it's
Mhm.
just, it's amazing. You never know what you're going to pick up, learn, kind of swag you're going to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Libby, you're going to like this. I'm going to role play.
Oh,
I just started. Libby usually tries to force role playing on us. Hi, my name is Molly, and I just started reselling about 6 months ago, and I was thinking about eBay Open. What exactly is it? What's it?
So
What
have you,
happens?
first of all, have you checked the list to see if there's a local, meetup kickoff party yet?
I have, and I'm really scared because I don't like to get around
Yeah.
people, but
Yeah.
I'm going to take my husband for support. Y'all, I'm totally role playing because it's not me.
Right. But I mean, that's legitimate. Like I remember feeling like that. And, oh, well, I'm just, I don't really sell that much. I'm just starting. I don't have anything. And there is nothing like the reseller community because they will embrace you. Maybe not physically, maybe physically. I don't know.
maybe.
But I will embrace you physically. If you're coming to Greensboro, be
Yeah.
ready.
But
Yeah.
just that the warmth and the help and support you will pick up are so worth putting yourself out there and just going. I am very, very quiet and introverted, but I'm telling you, it is absolutely worth the effort. Nice people. It's so much fun to chat with other resellers, no matter what level you're at. So congratulations on just starting eBay.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
I gotta take that hat off for a second and say, y'all, Liz was talking about going to these eBay opens and things where you're going for days and then you get home and you're just talking till 10 at night and then you fall on your face. Libby, because she's so introverted, goes to a 2-hour event and then we got to get her a glass of wine and let her lay down.
Oh yeah, it literally takes everything out of me, but
it
so
literally
worth it.
takes everything
Yeah.
out of her. But I have to say, I am always so proud of you when we do these things because you dig deep and you put yourself out there sometimes more than I do. And I'm the extrovert. Samantha and I are the extrovert. Now, Samantha's always better than both of us. She's into everybody. She's grabbing mics from speakers. She's all over the place.
I do tend to storm stages sometimes. Yes. Yeah. They just can't spit it out. I need to say it for them sometimes. I'm working on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely go, put yourself out there, go do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah. And then, all right. So next step, check out, make sure there's, see if there's a kickoff party near you. If not, okay. Just go online and register for eBay Open. It's completely You'll be behind a screen.
I
You're
was gonna
not
say,
on
are
screen.
people going to see me? Do I have to
No.
shower?
No, you don't have to shower. You can be in your pajamas if you want. You just make yourself comfortable, kick back, and you can put in the comments, participate in the chat if you want to participate in the chat. But yeah, you're behind the screen and just getting information and attending the sessions you want to attend. And we're going to chat about that now. Yeah.
All right.
If you are the opposite personality and you want to jump in there, same thing. Be in the chat, be ready, but maybe wear makeup, because people like these two ladies, before I was part of Consignment Chats, will say, hey, do you want to come on with us? Because I was chatting it up. And they sent me a request, which you can decline if that scares you. But I then was in the middle of their networking session on screen. And I'm really glad I put mascara on that day.
So I want to ask the Liz girl, Liz lady, what am I going to learn? What am I going to expect when I log on that morning? Like, what do I do?
Yeah. So really, if this is 2 days and it's a couple hours each day, right? So when you log in, you're going to get your schedule. First things first, it's going to have a lot, and you're going to see different time slots. I don't have it in front of me right now, but you'll see like 4 different sessions going at once. And you're like, how am I going to do all 4? You know what? You're just not going to be able to. You're going to pick the one that's going to work best for you and for your business, and that's going to help you the most. And you're going to attend that session. And the next day, they're going to be live on YouTube to catch up. The beauty of in-person, okay, is we're going to hear from eBay executives about what's going on at eBay. So up-to-date information. We're going to hear from eBay product specialists. So from shipping to tools, about the things that they're rolling out, and new things and new tools for sellers and how they help. And then you're going to hear from sellers during seller labs. So I'm doing a seller lab. There's going to be a handful of sellers that are doing their, so for me, I'm doing how to drive traffic to your eBay store. So using eBay tools and how I use them to drive traffic to my store. Because at the end of the day, when we drive traffic, we want to drive the traffic to make the sale. So it's about making sales. So you can expect to hear about that. The beauty of attending it live versus watching it tomorrow or, later is you can interact in a live chat. Right.
Yeah.
To where you can ask questions and you can, live chat as it's streaming with fellow sellers and eBay staff. I think
I was going to say like a couple times, like I had asked a question and somebody from eBay got on there. Like, that's a good question. I'll follow up with you. What's your, what email do you want to use? Like, and they were on it. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yes. So that is really, hey, Vicky.
I want to say hey to our friends that are joining us on Instagram, because I know we can't see that, but Casa Chic Store, It's Sally Thrifts, Picking and Punching, Tina, and Super Sale Trish. Hey guys. All right.
Hey
sorry.
guys, welcome.
So at the end of the day, there's going to be networking rooms. So there's networking rooms in the beginning of the day and there's networking rooms at the end of the day, depending on the day. Mm-hmm. Again, check the schedule when you sign up. There's a lot. I know Trish, right? I think is doing a networking room for Boston or for New England. The New England meetup. So you guys are all hosting. So you get to go in and find your people. You get to find local sellers. There will be networking rooms with eBay staff to where you can go in immediately and say, hey, I have a question about this. And eBay staff's going to be right there. So check the schedule for either before or after the event each day. And that's really what you can expect from eBay.
So, all right. So I'm coming in. I've never used they use Ring Central as the platform they use to host this. Like, what should I do? Like, to prepare? What's the best thing? When can I go on and see the schedule? And how does that all work?
So you can see it right now. You click that link, a little quick pop-up. When we say go register, you're literally just putting your eBay seller name, how long you've sold, what your main category is. Like, it's a couple quick questions. That goes away and you get to see everything ahead of time. So the schedule tabs and what happens each day is on the bottom. It talks about who the speakers are, like Liz, and it tells you a little bit about each session. And then you'll see on the left, you can't click them yet, but just familiarize yourself with all the buttons on the left because there'll be a main stage, breakout sessions. There's an expo hall, so you can go talk to the sponsors and different products to use. And really, that's all you need to know is those buttons on the side. And it's great because even if you're not familiar with it or you're worried about it, as things change throughout the scheduled day, a little thing pops up and says, hey, go here now. And it directs you as you go throughout the schedule.
Yeah, I love that. So, all right,
Easy
are they
peasy
doing,
lemon
I got to
squeezy.
ask, they did something really cool last year, and it was like networking, like one-on-one networking. It was kind of like a speed round where you talk to somebody for like, I don't know what it was, a minute, 3 minutes. And it kind of circled around and it just matched you with like different sellers and you just chatted.
I'm not sure. I'm so sorry.
No
That's okay.
problem.
I'm pretty sure.
Let me take care of it really quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
okay.
we got a question here.
Can I
Can
watch
I
Open on my
watch the
phone?
Open on my phone?
I'm pretty sure that yes, you can do that on Ring Central.
Yeah.
However, I do not think the chat operates correctly on a mobile device. So you can watch it, but I think that's about it.
So when they're doing things like trivia, where they give away swag for whoever answers quickest and things like that, mobile users are not able to participate in things like that. But most of the features are available.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kina.
That's Aunt Vicky. That's
Aunt
Kina's Auntie Vicky, right? She was just saying hi to Vicky. That's all.
Yeah, she knew she was
She
here.
gets jealous when I talk, right? If I'm not talking to her, she gets jealous and barks at me. So that was her walking in saying, "Who are you talking to?"
Wait a minute, it's about me.
Yeah. But a quick note too, for those that are logging in for best performance, it is suggested that you use so their platform works best, not only, but best on Chrome, right? So you're the Chrome browser. And if you can turn off or shut down the high performing tabs. So if you have YouTube open in the background, something right, close out those other tabs, except for eBay, because I work while I listen. Right.
Yeah.
So I keep one tab open and I can go back and forth, catch some chats, but I like to listen while I work. So that's kind of another beautiful thing is I'm at home and I can get this stuff listed or shipped out while I'm learning.
While you're learning. Yeah.
Yeah. And also that's going to help you so we go back to, what can I expect? There will also be likely giveaways and trivia. So the faster you can answer those questions, because it might be the first 10 people to answer this correctly. If you want those prizes,
you can have things like this.
Yes.
We love giveaways. We
Things
love
like
prizes.
Things like this. I got eBay stuff everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, Judith. Hi, Judith.
Yeah, she's all new. So I'm glad that you're here
nice.
picking all this up, Judith. This is
Yeah.
going to be fun. I will get some feedback from you after because we want to hear what everybody thought after because we love it. Clearly, we go every year.
Yeah, and what we try to do, a little tip is that so we know Molly, Samantha, and I will all be doing it. We go to different sessions so we can take notes and do a recap at the end. But yeah, if you're doing this with a buddy, think about that. Just like going live to different ones. Like don't go into the same one. Well, you can, but I wouldn't go into the same one because there's so much information. You can watch the replay, but you're going to miss the chat option and feature.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that eBay is doing this year, they did last year with the eBay presenters. So when eBay staff presented, they would do like a 5 to 10 minute Q&A after their session. What they're doing this year is the Seller Lab sessions. So the seller led, we're doing Q&As after our sessions. Also.
So that'll be live. So the Seller Lab part of it is live.
Right.
Be live in there answering
we'll
questions. The pre-recorded session, and then there'll be like a piece, and you'll pop on the screen live and be like, "All right, guys, what are your questions?"
Hey,
Yeah,
plus,
so we get to do the Q&A.
I'm sure you'll be in the comments the whole time as the pre-recorded one is going as well.
Yes. For the most part, yes. It's a lot to kind of go through.
I can't imagine keeping up with the comments, Liz. I would think that would be so hard. So I think that's great that they have you doing it after the Q&A.
So afterwards, it'll be the Q&A. So if you have any questions afterwards, and then a lot of us, again, the networking sessions, kind of like Samantha said, you went to a networking session at either the beginning or end of day, and whoever was running that said, "Hey, come on screen. Let's talk.
Mhm.
There's going to be opportunity for that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of, there's always a lot of rooms, not overwhelming, but sometimes it's like, which one do I want to go to? So they have spread them out between before and after. I know I'm going to do one on Thursday, for how to create a newsletter, just talking about just store newsletters,
Nice.
all the different ways you can
Awesome.
do it. Cause I talk about that a little bit on driving traffic. So
Awesome.
Nice.
yeah. And
Now-
I want to say, who was it? Judith, you said is new.
Yeah. Judith,
So
yep.
anybody that's watching that's new, stats from last year, I think last year's eBay Open was something like 50% of attendees had never been to an eBay Open, whether in person or
Wow.
virtual. So you're not
Mhm.
alone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So don't feel like if you're just showing up that you don't know or you're not sure, just show up. You're not
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Like half the people there have never been.
Yeah. And like we were saying before, you can be as active as your comfort level takes you when you're in these things. So that's the beauty of it, is it's for the introvert and the extrovert. It covers
Yep.
us all. And I want to backtrack for a second, because we talked about the local, like see if you can find your local meetup for Tuesday night or whenever they're doing it, which Samantha had shared the link for. But also what I love that you were saying is you can do those during the event, like Samantha's hosting a room for her area. Like there are people. So if you're on a wait list or you just can't go for whatever reason, connect with your local people and look for those rooms in eBay Open where people are local.
Yes.
I like it. I might go to Samantha's Michigan-based one just to troll a little.
I want Michigan and Ontario people there. No, you.
Oh, Michigan or Ontario. Well, I might come troll. I'm from the
Okay.
lower part of Michigan. I'll be a troll.
You don't even understand what that means.
Yep, we don't.
I just had to put it out there. All right. Are there any other things that you guys can think that somebody who's never done this before needs to know? I feel like we've covered everything for them.
Yeah, like you can hop in and out. Like if you have something going on, like last year, I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
it was my mom's birthday. It was on my mom's birthday. So, like I hopped in and out and that was fine. Like you don't want to miss anything, but if you have to, you can come in and out throughout the day as your schedule
Yes.
allows. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm going to recommend prep your space. Make sure you've got your water, your coffee, your Samantha snack shelf. See? Prep your space, get yourself comfortable and
put the time block in your calendar.
oh, there's our time.
I was going to say two things. When you register, like, let's say if you're an experienced seller, let's say you're really busy, because sometimes we just can't get away from work, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm not interested. And that's okay. I'm not interested in 90% of this, but I do want to see this one, this one, and this one. When you register, you can go in and add it to your calendar. And it'll just pop up and give you a direct link. So you don't have to go through all of this stuff. So you'd be like, oh, I know on my phone, I've put in, I want to go to this one, and this one. My phone pops up. Hey, it's starting now. I just push the link and it takes me right there. So you can do that. Second is, I heard on a podcast the other day and they quoted somebody else, but it kind of stuck with me. It's like, sometimes we think we know everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we forget. So sometimes eBay Open, even the basics, is a reminder of the things that we dumped 8 years ago. And we're like, I forgot about that.
Well, even
Why
just
did I stop?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you talked about sales tiers, and I'm like, I just keep copying my same promotions over and over. I should really just go in and look at the options that are in there now.
Yeah, and I will say this, because I hear this. I can't say now, but used to or whatever, hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. eBay just wants me to do this. eBay just wants me to do that. They're just selling me on a product. Well, yeah, but also if what you're doing is working and you're happy with it, ignore it. If what you're doing is okay, but you want to go to the next level, try something new that you've learned. Take a nugget.
Is yet another reason why the consignment chats ladies love Lizzo Kane, because we are on the same mental page with that.
Yeah.
We wanted to mention. Oh, go ahead, Liz. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, because I cannot tell you how many times I'll hear something or I'll see something in a Facebook group or on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about that feature. I should go do that. Why haven't I
Right.
done that? Or, oh yeah, maybe I will try that strategy next because things aren't going my way this month.
Love it.
Yeah.
Got a question from Vanessa there, Liz. Will your live sessions be on YouTube the day after as well?
So I can only say what happened last year is pretty much the next day, our recorded sessions were live on YouTube. Will they add the live Q&A afterwards? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually probably a question I should have asked. I didn't ask.
Well,
The
again,
networking rooms, I will tell you this, networking rooms, that's it. They don't get published.
Yeah.
So if you want that live interaction, if you want that live Q&A at the beginning or end of day to connect with other sellers or eBay teams, that's not going to be recorded. And there is so much good information, even if you don't get on camera, even if you don't ask questions, because guaranteed 10 people will have the same question, one will ask, and you all learn.
Absolutely.
That's the benefit of doing it real time.
So I wanted to not go negative, but I want to talk about the chat.
Yes,
in
please.
there. So there's one thing Samantha wanted to mention, one thing I wanted to mention. Sometimes in the big rooms, not in the little networking rooms, the chat can be overwhelmingly negative, and it's scrolling very fast, and it's so, number one, I know nobody listening to us would ever put anything negative or hateful in the chat. So that's not the issue. The issue is if it's distracting you from doing it, or if it's giving you a bad feeling, just close that chat window. You do not need to follow along with the chat if it's impacting what you're getting out of it. Just close it and listen to the session. All right.
Yep.
And then
Amen.
Samantha had something she wanted to say.
And for the newbies that are going, and you'll see a lot of people in that chat, and they're sharing their eBay stores, and they're really like pushing and promoting and trying to. It's not really the right place for that. Those are not your ideal customers. People are going to click on your store. They're not going to turn into sales. None of those people are going to buy anything from you. And then the algorithm is going to get a little messed up because it's going to say all these people, you have all this traffic, people are clicking on your store, but nobody's buying anything. It must not be good enough. So really it's more negative than anything, and it junks up the chat. So there's no reason to share your personal store in there. I will be sharing Consignment Chat's website everywhere, but that's totally different.
Yaya's coming in and saying, and no need to self-promote unless it's for a local meetup.
Exactly.
Yep.
Local meetups, services that help resellers like Consignment Chats and the other people that will be there. But when it comes to your personal stores and things like that, those links really, they're not doing you any good to share them. So don't waste the time. Just soak
And I
everything
think
else
it's
in.
smart that you put in there about the algorithm in your store. If everybody's clicking into your store, but nobody's buying, and you don't want that kind of algorithm. You want your customers in there. So
Right.
I'm thinking
You got good stuff. Save it for the people that are going to buy it. Yeah.
right.
All right.
All right.
Anything else?
So I'm feeling ready. I'm excited. I'm real excited to go to my local meetup. I can't wait to report back from that. I really wish I were going to Cheryl's local meetup, because those people in Tampa, I always feel like there's 3 that are like my wish list that I want to go to Tampa and go to that one. I want to go to Denver, and I want to go up to Boston and go to that one.
And Vegas.
Oh, right.
All of those in Vegas.
Yes. Well, I want to go to
Mine's
Vegas
far.
all the time to be with those
I know.
resellers. That does not just for eBay. No. I love it. Oh, Samantha took the
Right.
words right out of Yaya's mouth. She has a way of doing that.
I'm pretty good at that.
All right, so I am ready. Anybody else have any more insight before we sign off? You guys remember, stop, like this video, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Make sure you are subscribed to Consignment Chats, and also make sure that you're subscribed and following Colorado Reworn, where she is, because I promise you, if you are not already, you will not regret it. I get so much education and information from her, and I thought I knew it all.
Oh, I do have one more note on
None of
here.
us know it all. We collectively can know almost everything, right? That's why we rely on each other.
Y'all know
Yes.
I'm totally kidding, but no, I just love it. I love people like you who really teach, and it's fun, it's interactive, and I learned something, and I love your post for that. And Cheryl wants to put a please pray for us local kickoff leaders.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's a big undertaking.
Right? I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
It
can't
intimidated
imagine.
me. I did not sign up for that, and I only have like 4 people that attend mine, maybe. So
Yeah. So if you go to a local event, find that coordinator, find that seller that put it together, and if they accept hugs, give them a big one.
yes,
Because they are volunteering to do this, and they have been working on these parties for months.
Yeah.
Mhm.
absolutely.
And I will
Literally,
tell you,
they're
Cheryl
getting-
does accept hugs. Yaya accepts hugs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, ask first, because not everybody's a hugger, but if you are, or at least an extended handshake, because they have put in so much work on behalf of eBay to make sure that their local sellers, that all of us are having a great time.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm glad that you shouted that out there, Liz. That was
Yeah,
a good-
I've seen all the behind the scenes stuff that these sellers, that these volunteers are doing, and it is incredible. You notice I didn't volunteer to do it,
Right?
because
Yeah,
a
love
big
all of you.
heart hug.
Love
Wait,
to all of you.
how do the
See,
kids do it? What are the kids? What's that
Oh,
joke?
right.
I
when
got
you're
I'm
it.
old
I-
school.
I
What?
don't know.
I don't know. I'm old
I
school.
don't know
We'll
the
just do
fancy
this.
one.
What are you doing? I don't have that set up.
No, ours, Libby's the
No, I
only one
shouldn't do
right
that.
now. I got to set mine up to
Okay.
do it. It's something you got to switch on your Mac to do it. I haven't
Okay,
set mine up
okay.
yet. So she likes to show off that she can do all the different hand signs to make all the magic happen.
That's
right?
nice.
Give us
So
give us some fireworks.
I
There you
did
go.
share. I did share one last link in the chat because eBay, the eBay for Sellers Instagram page, is doing some early swag giveaways for the next couple days. So go on there. You gotta tag and share and do some fun stuff on there. But they're already giving stuff away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all, I hope you all are ready. I want to thank Liz O'Kane, aka My Liz.
Thank you
for joining us today and helping our friends and sellers get prepped for eBay Open 2024.
Yes.
Until next time, y'all, let's give a cheers.
Oh.
Cheers. Happy eBay Open, friends. Happy
Thank
eBay
you.
Open.